What did I do with the books?
Over
there. Hey, it's Sue.
And Megan in the restricted section.
And today we're filming our Diverseathon TBR.
Yes.
And Diverseathon is a readathon where you're encouraged to read diversely.
Right. And I don't think there's any specific, like, challenges, but there is, like, a book that everyone
There's a group
reads,
book,
yeah.
and there's also, like, it's not like a challenge per se, but they do want you to read, like, own voices books.
Right.
So, it starts on the 22nd, which is this Sunday, and it ends the 29th, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And we'll link all the hosts' videos. There's 4 hosts. We'll link all their videos down below about their TBRs and everything.
Definitely.
Yes.
And we're going to be drinking this beer from Ballast Point called Mocha Marlin. And this is a porter with coffee, chocolate, and natural flavors.
So it smells pretty delicious.
Probably going to be delicious. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty strong on the coffee.
Very strong on the coffee. It's not overly sweet, which I like.
Yeah, it's kind of more on the bitter side.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it would have won our coffee battle, though.
So. Nope.
We do plan to read the group book, which is
The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead.
Yep, and I assume it's about the Underground Railroad.
And I think it was like a conception where like the Underground Railroad was an actual railroad and like there were engineers and trains and things like that. So it was like his conception of the Underground Railroad.
That sounds interesting. I have not read any Colson Whitehead before. Megan has.
He is a brilliant writer. Like I read Zone 1, which is a zombie novel, so very different. But but it was actually like pretty beautifully written for a zombie novel, and even just for a novel. But yeah, he's a really good writer. I enjoyed it quite a bit. So
yeah, so I'm looking forward to reading some of his work.
Yeah, me too. Some more of his work.
And then the next book we decided to read was the second book in the Xenogenesis series by Octavia Butler. The second book is called Adulthood Rights. And we both read the first book, which is called Dawn, last year,
I think toward the end of the year, right?
Yeah, so it was toward the end of the year. And we both really liked it. So we're excited to move on with the series. It is a sci-fi series where this woman, Lilith, wakes up in like an isolation room on a spaceship.
Yep.
And she has been rescued from Earth, which has had like a nuclear war, and has been in like sleeping
like
for like 200 years.
Right. And they'll like wake her up periodically to question her, and then they're trying to repopulate Earth with the humans they rescued.
So that's our second book we plan to read.
Yes.
And then the third book, we're only planning on 3 books because
we're trying to
read. We can't read as fast as some of these people can.
Oof.
But the third book we have
is If I Was Your Girl by Meredith Russo.
Yes, and this is about a transgender girl, and the author is transgender as well. I really don't know a whole lot about it other than that. I think it's kind of a romance story.
I was reading the description of it on Goodreads, and it says like she moves to a new school and she meets this boy that she becomes like good friends with, but she doesn't tell him that she used to be
Andrew. Wasn't her name?
Like Andrew or something.
Yeah,
so she doesn't want to tell him her secret.
Yeah, because I think I was reading it too. I don't know why I blanked out on what it was about, but didn't she kind of move to a new school for a fresh start?
Yeah,
because she had transitioned while she was at her old school.
Right.
Yeah, but I've heard pretty good things about it, so
I'm excited to check it out. It should be fairly interesting.
Yeah. So those are the 3 books we're planning to read. I think that if by chance I get all 3 of those read, I might just move on to the 3rd book in the Xenogenesis series.
Yeah, I think that would be good.
So that's it. That's our Diverseathon TBR.
Yeah.
If you guys are participating, then let us know what you're reading.
Yeah. And if you're not participating, you should totally participate because it's pretty cool.
I think it's pretty good. Awesome readathon.
Yeah.
I think everyone should read diversely.
I agree. I'm trying to read more diversely this year than I did last year.
Me too, because I kind of, for most of the year last year, I didn't really pay attention to whether I was reading diversely or not. I just read whatever.
Right.
And I checked my Goodreads and I read mostly white dudes.
I think I
mostly
did too.
books by white dudes.
Yeah.
And I feel like I read more women than most people would also.
I feel like I do as well. And I'm on a kick right now where I'm trying to read a lot of sci-fi written by women.
Mm-hmm.
So
we're trying to broaden our horizons a little bit with our reading. I think it's always important to read about other cultures, people from other backgrounds, to, get some insight and understanding.
I think so too. And I think it's important that real life is represented in art and in literature.
Yes.
And in real life we are diverse and there are all kinds of different people and different life circumstances, and I like for that to be represented in art and literature.
Yeah.
So
I think for a long time people like to pretend that diversity wasn't a thing, but
no,
there wasn't.
But it's totally a thing, and it's a good thing, and we should celebrate it and embrace it, I think. So
I agree. I mean, we haven't really got a chance to drink much of the beer, but should we talk about it a little more?
Sure. It is definitely pretty bitter. Mm-hmm. The more I drink it, the more I notice the bitterness.
Yeah. I'm not loving that about it. But it's good otherwise.
It is. And I almost prefer the bitter to the really, really sweet. So
I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I don't like to drink, if I was going to have a few beers, I wouldn't want something really sweet.
Right.
If I was drinking more than one or two.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is pretty bitter.
Pretty bitter. Heavy on the bitterness.
Mm-hmm. And I don't really taste chocolate. It just tastes like coffee to me.
I taste in the aftertaste, I taste a little bit of chocolate. But not a lot.
Yeah. So it's not my favorite, but...
Yeah, not mine either, but it's not bad.
It's not the worst. So that's Mocha Marlin.
Mocha Marlin from Ballast Point.
If you like bitter things, check it out.
Yeah. If you enjoy...
If you like really bitter coffee.
Yeah, black coffee and...
I drink black coffee, though, and I feel like this is more bitter than that.
Yeah, I would say probably is. So yeah, that's our Diverseathon TBR. There will be some links down below where you can find us elsewhere on social media.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do.
Yes.
We have our year anniversary coming up, and I think we're going to do some fun stuff for that.
We have some cool stuff planned for that.
Yes. And thanks everyone for watching.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.